Hey everybody, it's Ken Compton from the Savvy Inspector, and today I've got two very special guests to interview, Brian and Brenda Murphy from A-Action Home Inspection Company. Guys, welcome.
Welcome.
What about that new office?
Yeah, you like our view?
Oh my gosh, I came on in the rocket chairs, I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is our home office.
That is so awesome. It looks like it's a beautiful day there as well.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Super. Well, guys, today we're going to be talking about the workshop. And so before we do that, there might be somebody in the universe who doesn't know you guys. So I'm doubting it. But anyway, how about giving us a little overview of your business?
Okay, well, I'm Brian Murphy.
I'm Brenda Murphy.
And we own and operate A-Action Realty Inspection Services out of the Arlington, Texas area. So that's where the Cowboy Stadium is, if nobody knows that location yet. And we run a 14-man operation. So we have 14 inspectors in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We have one inspector in the East Texas area, and we have 5 inspectors now down in Houston, which is about a 4-hour drive from our Arlington location. So we've been able to set it up in multiple locations. We've been at it 21 years now and haven't driven each other crazy yet. You know, we love the business, we love the industry. It's done well for our family.
That's fantastic. One of the things I really love about Brian and Brenda, and Brian is going to be talking to us about this at the workshop. I was teasing him earlier. I want him to let that genie out of the bottle so we can learn all about it. And that is how they can have a very successful business, and then they can have a balanced life as well. If you follow these guys on Facebook, what you'll see is a lot of fishing trips. As a matter of fact, I think you guys are headed on another one here pretty soon, huh?
Yeah, we're actually leaving in a couple of days. We're going to the British Virgin Islands for 10 days and to kind of get away before the really busy season starts.
I'm a little shorter than I used to be with age. Maybe you got a large bag I can stow away in. Otherwise, it'd be kind of hard to get me in that bag. But anyway, you guys have really done a great job. You have, like I said, a very successful business. You've got an active family, lots of grandkids, and you still make time to get out and enjoy each other and all of the other things that life offers. And Brian is going to be talking to us about that at the workshop, so that's an exciting thing. So today we are talking about the workshop, and it's in Arlington, Texas. How about that?
Right in our backyard. The one thing we've always liked about going to the workshops before, you have them in the mountains, you have them at the beach. This time we're not really getting to travel to go to it, but that's okay. We'll travel somewhere else to make up for it.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, the Cowboys are playing a home game the day we finish on Sunday night. So I was like, oh my gosh, the hotel and the Cowboys and the whole thing has been quite interesting. All right, well, let's talk about the workshop for a minute, because I know you folks have come to a lot of workshops. We used to do the cheeseburger thing, and I forgot how many times you guys have been there, but a lot, and certainly you guys have spoken there as well.
Yes, 8 years we've gone to the workshops now. We keep going back again and again.
I love it. We always love to see, we call it a family reunion. You network with everybody else. And Brenda, I know you feel that way too. You got lots of close friends there.
Yes, we do. We do.
Mm-hmm. That is awesome. Well, listen, in case somebody doesn't know, Brian, why is it you guys think that home inspectors should come to the Savvy Inspector Workshop?
Well, there's lots of good information shared on a regular basis. The biggest thing is, you know, not only the instructors who share information with you, and a lot of really good information that you can go back and implement into your business right away, you also get to mix and mingle with other inspectors or multi-inspector companies, one-man operations all over the country. The great thing about this particular workshop is you have people, you know, if you travel to Arlington, you're going to meet people from Chicago, Florida, California, Canada, and you know, large firms, corporate firms to one-man operations, and you get to share information. The good thing about something like that is people don't really hide, you know, their information. When you're sitting and gathering in a large group like that, you're not only gleaning a bunch of information from the workshop and the instructors themselves, but you're gleaning good information from other inspectors, successful inspectors around the country.
It's a very giving, sharing, open time, and it's awesome.
I'm glad to hear you guys say that, because when you go to some of these other meetings, people, home inspectors, a lot of times think they have some secrets and they're afraid to share them, but that's never been the case. And now it might be the receptions and things that follow. They've got a couple of tickets redeemed. They're feeling a little more like tongue wagging. That's why we do it, so everybody does it. But no, the members have always been willing to share, and the non-members that are welcome and come as well, I think they find that pretty shocking at first.
Yes.
All right. I think one of the other things that I hear in feedback from it is when you're at the workshop, you're not in your business, and nobody says honey, dad, granddad, all that. And I think people get pretty energized about what's possible. They see the presentations and they're thinking, wow, I hadn't even thought of that.
Correct. You know, one of the things that Brenda and I, we do is we always travel in, you know, of course this one in our backyard, we typically travel in a couple of days early, and we take some downtime for ourselves, but we also talk about our business and what we want to get from the seminar, because you always have a good outline. But also we stay a couple of days afterwards as well, and then all the information that we gathered up from the seminar or from other people, we kind of say, okay, what are we going to implement first? And we kind of put timelines on it as well. We get to work. It's a very good opportunity to work on the business.
Right, because I will tell you, in coaching home inspectors, one of the things that happens, we'll be talking about the same thing year after year because they don't work on their business. They get so busy and they just work in it.
Right.
So I think you guys are really making a great decision. Now, we had breakout sessions last year for the first time so that people could customize their workshop experience. What did you guys think about that?
I loved it. I wanted to clone myself so I could be in different places at the same time. There was so much information, and it was good because we were able to split up and go to the different classes.
So being a husband and wife team, we're like, okay, I think you should really go to this one, and I'll go to this one, and we'll come back and talk about it. So we were able to split up and to be able to go to the different meetings.
One of the other things we got good feedback on is we're the only educational provider that does home inspection marketing that actually built a website and had all of the presentations in the mind map, so up to a year later, people can still go back and listen to them again.
Yes, it's very helpful.
I'll tell you, when I go there, I think there were 34 presentations. Good Lord, could you have tried to absorb that in 3 days? You know, wow. I mean, we're that good.
You used the term before, it's like drinking from a fire hydrant, and it definitely is. It's a lot of information to take in. We take a lot of notes during the seminars, and then what we do is we go back and we start looking at our notes again and kind of going back through the seminar.
You know, I think one of the things people might think, somebody as successful as you guys that have all of these inspectors, there's nothing new for you to learn. But that really isn't true, is it?
No, that's not true at all. There's always stuff to learn. Yes. You know, again, there's other corporate companies there, there's multi-inspector companies there, but there's always things changing in the industry as well. So there's always something new happening. And, you know, you work off of creativity on a regular basis. You grow your business on creativity, but you can't always be super creative. So you get to learn from other very creative people on marketing techniques.
And as your business grows, the challenges you face on a daily basis change. So you're learning new techniques of handling those challenges.
You're able to bounce things off of other people as well, and they share with you, oh, been there, done that. This is how we took care of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Coach William always says that, you know, even if you're implementing the same strategy, some people are doing it different than others, and he learns from that as well.
Yes. Exactly.
And, you know, there's a lot of new things, and I try to go out and learn marketing techniques from other industries that are working well and adapt them to the home inspection industry. And one of the things we're going to be doing is talking about content marketing and millennials. How is it we reach that huge buyer segment? You know, the millennials have kind of got a bad rap. We have millennial kids, you guys probably do too, the 18 to 34 range, and, you know, they are different. They don't want to be sold. They're the first truly digital babies.
Yes.
I imagine yours have the phone to their ear all the time. Good Lord, ours do.
Yeah. You know, that's actually one of the lunch and learns that we've been presenting here recently. You know, how you do lunch and learns and educate the realtors, and that's one of the lunch and learns, how to communicate with millennials and how to sell real estate, how to market your real estate to millennials. And that's really been helping them as well because, like you said, they are a digital format. And so that's one of the courses that we've been using, and it helps us get in front of the real estate professionals and again, share information with them, and hopefully they reciprocate and give us, some business.
Yeah, that's great. And then content marketing, what kind of content do they want to consume, and in what format do they want to consume it? So we're going to be talking about all that stuff at the workshop this year. So it's a good thing. Now, let's talk about, you guys have been there 8 years. What's a good takeaway? What's kind of a good memory you want to share from that? I'll go first. One of my favorite memories was when Brian put on that rug that looked like he had that crazy hair. And, I think we're serious on the stage, okay, don't get me wrong. But off the stage, I mean, really, we're just people too having some fun.
Yeah, we enjoy the social hours, the receptions during the evening, because you're at a very casual setting, and it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the friendships that bond that strengthen and bond out during that time, and it's that if you need somebody, they're only a phone call away.
Yeah, it's through these settings that, like I said, we've made friends. You not only get to meet people, but we've made friends in Chicago, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, California, and we can call on them, and from time to time they call on us, whenever we have something going on. And I remember hearing that they were going through something similar, and so we're able to give them a call and ask them a question. But yeah, great memories are made, especially at the social hours, or even after the social hour, we'll get together with other people from the seminar, and we'll just go out and have dinner together and have a small group, and kind of catch up on families and that type of stuff as well.
Sure, it makes Facebook more meaningful because, you remember when they were pregnant or they had that little baby, and now you can follow them and go along. So I like it too.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Well, Brian, what do you think if home inspectors don't come to the workshop? What are they going to miss out on?
Well, they're going to miss out on the importance of marketing your business consistently week after week.
Right.
And if you noticed, I said week after week, not month after month or quarterly after quarterly. Consistently marketing your business week after week, and having tools and techniques that you're able to use and to implement. Like anytime we come back from one of the workshops, we always have tools that we're able to implement immediately, and then also some long-term tools that we implement as well. But consistently marketing your business week after week, so you're able to grow it to a point so you can have a personal life as well. Not just business, but a personal life.
And I think that's the true success right there. I hear so many home inspectors say to me, when I'm marketing, I'm not inspecting, and when I'm inspecting, I'm not marketing, and my income just continues to do this. It's very cyclical. And that's true. And one of the classes we're going to be teaching this year at the workshop is called the 90-day year. And what's going to happen is we're going to try to make that process super easy for all of the participants who've had a struggle with that. So I think that will really help home inspectors. But you know what happens is, I think because they're going to see some things they would never see anywhere else, marketing-wise, I think it really lets them see what's possible. When you guys first came, I mean, you were probably overwhelmed by what was possible as well. Because, I mean, gosh, you weren't nearly the size you are now.
Right. Well, I remember the very first workshop that I went to was in Jasper, Georgia, and that's when Facebook was really starting to become a marketing tool as well, not just a social tool, getting to hang out with people, know people, but actually, implementing it into your marketing plan. That was probably one of the biggest things I took from the very first workshop, was using the social media platforms for marketing, which is going to be even more important now that we have all these millennials starting to buy homes. That's where they're at. They're on these social platforms, Google and Yelp and Pinterest and Facebook, and they're all over the place. So being able to incorporate them and to be able to use the internet to gather more leads.
I think that's so true. I'm sure it's true in your area because we have lots of clients in the Dallas-Fort Worth area as well. But the real estate agents, I think with the exception of Keller Williams, some RE/MAX, seem to be less and less in the office. And so when you go in the offices to build those relationships and nobody's home, that you have to replace those home inspections, which you guys know I call units. You have to replace those units with something else.
That is correct.
So I think the other thing too, when you look at Inman News reporting and others, that the brick and mortar firms are seeing how much more profitable the virtual firms are, and they're moving rapidly to get there.
That's correct.
So, I mean, if somebody doesn't have a great online presence to be able to replace those units with, I think they're going to be in real trouble.
Yes. And that's one of the biggest things we always take away from the seminars. You're really, really good with the internet and being able to gather up more business and to, you know, higher units, like you said, you know, using the internet. We always take stuff, internet-based stuff away from the workshops.
And I know that that you guys have been using this, but Instagram, not enough home inspectors are using it. But wow, our granddaughter, she's not on Facebook, really. I mean, she's on Snapchat and she's on Instagram. So home inspectors really have to learn where the eyeballs are.
Yeah, not just that, but you know, if you're a business person, you got to think about not just today, but you got to think about 5 years from now. You got to think about 8 years from now, and who are our customers 5 years from now? Because if we're not thinking ahead and directing our business that way, then we're going to be struggling, you know, to gather, you know, more inspections because we're not connected to the new buyers. So you've always got to be, you know, working ahead and having that strategic plan in place to be able to know I have a 10-year plan. I'm still going to be doing this 10 more years. We've been at it 21, and but we need to know who are our customers 5 years from now so we can make that 10-year plan.
And I say to home inspectors all the time, you have to invest in your online presence. This is truly an investment.
It is an investment.
If they don't,
I'm pretty good with the internet. We were one of the first companies in our area to have a website back in the day, and so I've learned a lot about tracking and, you know, Google Analytics and knowing where they're coming from, how they're hitting the site, what they're doing when they get to the site, what they're looking at, so that way we can capture them and keep them longer. And the internet's only going to grow. It's just going to get bigger.
It's not going away.
It's not going away.
Things that we're testing now that we'll introduce at the workshop, and that's retargeting. Because in other industries, when you retarget a consumer that's pixeled on your website, your conversion rate is 64% higher. And we're going to see if we can't get some of those results for our home inspectors. We're doing it now with the Savvy Inspector Workshop, and we're going to be testing in Coach Williams. We've got some other things to teach how you can use text messaging to help your real estate agents get more leads. Through the programs the inspector can bring to the agent. So lots of high-tech kind of stuff. And, you know, here's one of the other things, and this is kind of, you know, I always want our clients to get the most amount of business, but there's a lot of older home inspectors in the industry, and they're not many of them as tech-savvy as we are. I mean, for a couple of old guys, we pretty much got the internet going on. But there's so many people that say, oh, I hate the internet, you know, I wouldn't buy anything, I don't need no reviews, this, that, and the other. And you know what? We're going to gobble up their market share.
Yeah, you're going to take their market share, especially with the generation that's buying homes now. They're all about instant gratification. And, you know, we've done things to our website that, you know, keeps them engaged and keeps them there. And so it's super important to, you know, if they're not thinking about the internet, then they are going to struggle with their business. Just like you said earlier, you know, a lot of the real estate agent or offices are going virtual. Anytime we go in to do lunch and learns at an office, we still pick up, you know, 10 or 12 agents that will come to the office just for the presentation, but that's not where they hang out. You know, they're being trained and they're being taught to go out and to always be in, you know, relationship building and staying in front of their clients. So the offices, it's still a viable place to do some marketing, but it's not the only place to be.
It sure isn't. And to get your best sales message in front of the eyes of people who can refer you, I'm still a giant fan of direct mail.
Yes. Yeah.
And how about that lumpy mail last year? How about Travis Lee? He was quite the character.
What a great product that was. Yeah. We actually bought 2 of the binders, and we took it back to our office. You know,
and each of our marketing people have one.
Yeah, we have 2 marketing individuals. And we, each one of our marketing person, you know, the people we have doing our marketing for us, they both got a binder and they implemented them right away.
Mm-hmm. You know, I talk to our clients a lot about this is as agents are less and less in the office and you're going to have 2 marketing people, I always say I think it's important to have a good inside marketing person and then a good outside marketing person. And the skill sets they need and the way they're hardwired can be very different. So I've been encouraging everybody to develop those job descriptions. What would that person on the inside do? Certainly not call on the outside, but in support of that person. I know you guys got things like that going as well.
Yes, we do. Job descriptions are super important because it really outlines what they should be doing or what our expectations are as well. And so it's very, very helpful. And, we kind of go back to the millennial age again. Millennials don't want to be told what to do. They want a good job description, and they want to be able to understand their job because they're readers. They grew up with, a device in their hand, reading all the time, and so they really get when you have a good job description spelled out, it really helps them. So that's, again, just building your business and having it set up correctly.
I think the first two words millennials learned was mama and Google it.
Google it, right?
Our granddaughter is going to be 15 in the summer in July, and she doesn't think there's anything that you can't find the answer to on YouTube or one of the other internet sites. So it's hilarious. It's hilarious. They're quite funny. Well, guys, I know that you're going to be introducing the Savvy Inspector Workshop to Texas inspectors, helping us spread the word. You guys have been working in Texas a long time. You've had the school. You have CE classes. I mean, gosh, how do you go to the British Virgin Islands for 10 days? Oh, a good staff and systems.
Yes. Good staff is what we have. Good managers in place. We have office managers. We have field managers. We can pick up and disappear for 14 days, not even call our business, and it still runs good. We just ask them not to run it into the ground while we're gone. We don't want to have to pick up pieces when we get back, right? But we just have good staff. We pay them good, and that way we don't have to retrain them.
Yeah, that is awesome. So here's what happens. Brian and Brenda and I were talking about this, and so what happens, Brian said, if you got anything extra special for the Texas inspectors. So what happens is we set Brian a link up. It's called Join Brian and Brenda at the Workshop. It'll be under this video. You don't have to worry about it now, but just click on that link, and when you join through their link, you're going to get all of the other things the Savvy's offering on the early bird special, all that. But this is just for Brian and Brenda's, the folks that join on their link. We're going to give you an extra rep video. Okay, and the reputation videos are really super popular, and we sell them for $247 every day of the week. We're going to add an extra one on there for you and an extra social cover. One of the things that happens is I think that we haven't done a very good job of branding all of our social media sites, and so now we have computer software that will allow us to build you like a Facebook cover, and then that same cover can be put on Twitter and all the other social sites. It gets them sized correctly, so now you have a unified brand across all the social media sites. So we're pretty excited about that product. It's $247. We're going to give everybody who joins on your URL an extra one of those. They're going to get one from the Savvy, and they're going to get one by being on your group. Then what we're going to get, these two things are not available if you join the workshop from the Savvy link, and that is one of our best-selling digital products, prior client referral machine. I don't know, Brian, I know you guys do a good job of it. You wouldn't be where you were if you didn't, but so few home inspectors take advantage of the people who think they're the obvious expert and already know them, like them, and trust them, those old prior clients. I'm like, seriously? I mean, these people already love you. Why wouldn't you make them a brand fan? So this digital product gets in there and talks to you about how you can make them a brand fan, and not only that, but how you can get them to give you more business. So that's it. And here's another one. This is the final one in the bonus offer if you join on Brian and Brenda's link, and that's going to be a 90-minute Q&A call. And Brian, I didn't hit you up with this, but certainly we want you to be on there to add to the Q&A. Coach William and I will be on there. And what we'll do is after they join on your link, they'll get a Google form. And the Google form says, what's the burning topic you want to hear about? Okay, and then, when would be the best day and time for you? So once we get that out, we'll build a consensus, and then we'll get going with it. But there's some crazy questions on Q&A. We'll do open mic even. So even if you didn't send something in, we'll take a chance and let you ask a question live. That's always a little frightening. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lawyer. Never ask a question you don't already know the answer to. So we've had some crazy questions on open mic. So by joining on the link there, you get all those extra bonuses. Brian and Brenda, I want to thank you very much. I have enjoyed talking with you, and the view from your office has been stellar.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. We're looking forward to seeing our Texas friends and our other people that we work with in the industry, and you've seen us and you know how we operate, and we're always an open book. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody there at the workshop and sharing what's helped us.
You guys are great people, and Beth and I are thrilled to be friends with you.
Thank you, Ken.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.